Hey there, welcome to Mike's Workbench, where we're getting stuff done, learning as we go, because I really don't have any idea what I'm doing. So we're here in St. Michael's Forge. I'm Michael Gennati. I'm not St. Michael, but we're in here. I've got some things, some projects that have been sitting, just languishing. I want to get them done because I have some stuff I want to move ahead, like making my dies for some mass work I'm going to do on the Clark Iron Forge press and such. So, but today we have some different work. So I've actually got my Mr. Volcano Forge set up. I still haven't set up the new ones in the massive forge. That's coming. And I have my anvil set up with my new Hardy tool, which we may be getting to. But we're gonna do a little bit of banging today. So a couple of things. Number one, been working, I had these daggers. I made these out of spike knives. Very psyched about them. I got them blackened. The blades themselves are looking great, waiting to get sharpened, but I need to fit them up. And so I took some mild steel, shaped it up, got it all to where I wanted. My drill press is not very steady, so drilling the holes is always a kind of, it vibrates all around. They don't come out that great, and so you can see getting some real uneven results here. So what I thought I would do, I got a fresh set of metal punches and metal chisels and metal punches the other day, and I'm thinking what I'm going to do is get these heated up, get them onto the anvil, put them over the Hardy hole, and just punch right through and kind of get the rough shape to fit on these handles. So again, my struggle has been these are very narrow, so it's a narrow piece here, and I don't have a mill to do a nice exacting thing, so I'm thinking punch is probably what I should have done to begin with. But that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna punch these through, then I'll go ahead, we can get them on the Origin Blade Maker grinder, get them cleaned up and ready to roll. I do have a question if anybody cares to answer. Plasma torches. I've looked at some real low cost ones. It wouldn't be an immediate purchase, but as an investment towards the future, I want to do a lot more of this. And I'm thinking that with, I need to do cutting of mild steel as it is. So is it worth it to not only get a plasma torch, instead of getting a chop saw, get a plasma torch and do the cutting, my metal with that? And if I did, can I cut a fairly precise slot on objects like this? That's my question. If I can do that, then that's what I think I'll invest in. Otherwise, I'll just get a chop saw down the road, and then I'll wait till way down the road when I can afford a mill for the more precise stuff. But that's my question. So we want to do these with the daggers. That's first thing up. Second thing up that we're definitely going to hit on today. So that knife I made for my son, I got to do the final cleanup, but before I do that, I want to do the final fitting of the brass guards, and this has an unusual look feel to it. So if I bring this, you can see here, there we go. I've got that all ready to go. It's nice and secure when you push it on up. I do want to put something here. I wish there was a way to kind of braze that brass into it without heating this blade up. If I could figure out some kind of a spacer material or something, if anybody has suggestions, I'd appreciate it. But what I do want to do is finish shaping this out and then get this piece, and these I can cut fairly easy. I mean, these ones drill easy. Brass, easy for guards, right, on the drill press. So get this, and then this is going to do a little, again, this isn't going to be this long, so think of like maybe to here, down here, and maybe to like here, up here, and then shaped in, tapered, thinned out a bit. Then this one is going to go the opposite direction on the back end. That's what his design called for. So it's going to curve inward, and then your hand will sit in between the two without risk of getting poked. So I've got to form those. So I want to get those done. I don't have a whole lot of time. It's already 2:45 and I have to grill tonight for dinner. So we're going to work on this, try to get this done tonight. If I don't do it before dinner, I'll get to that one after dinner. The other thing, while I have the forge out, is I'm going to heat up this blade. Now, I understand lawnmower blades are not great for knives. Doesn't make, you can't really harden them like you can a lot of the other steels, and there's all that issue around it. I get that. But what I do want to do is go ahead and I'm going to heat this up. This is going to be a practice run because I'm going to be using this with some etching. I've already done out the scroll pattern for some Celtic scrolling. Originally, way back, I had, designed kind of a look and feel for a etched cleaver. So this is going to be a practice run. And, I got a bunch of these. My local John Deere group out here, they did me a big solid where when I had my John Deere service this year, I said, look, if my blades, I know they're chingered up. If they really need to be replaced, replace them, bring them back to me. And they came back, because I'll use them in the forge here. Guy came back to drop it off and he said, your blades didn't need it. We just sharpened them up. So, we didn't have to charge you for that. And he said, but I brought you something. And he brought me 6 of these suckers. So, props to them. These guys rock. So anybody working with John Deere is awesome. So, but what I want to do is, get this cleaned up. I'm going to quick scrape it off, wire brush, heat it up, flatten it out. Then later I'm going to take it, and you can see here's the hole here. I think it gives a nice natural, because my handle was going to be the top. So I'll do a top handle with a cut here, the flat piece, and then that's what we'll use for a practice one. All right, and the last thing that we're going to do out here is this. While I've got this out, because I want to use it and I'm pounding. You remember way back I started my first attempt at doing a stake flipper. And the first one was, well, let's look at that. Like I said, I have no idea what I'm doing. I just got onto the forge press, I overdid it, and there you go. This is a comedy of errors right there, right? Start trying to thin it out, and then I was going to hammer it. Did not work out the way I want. I am definitely no Derek Melton making these. But then the second one, I kind of started getting the hang of it, and this almost looks like a wand, right? Hey, it could be like Harry Potter. So I got this one out, and what I thought I would do is I'm not going to worry about making this fancy. Again, this was a learning, and this will be a learning piece too. I want to do the kind of turn, right? So I've got to take this, I've got to turn it at a 90-degree angle, and then I need to curve that. And my wife got me this as one of my Father's Day presents. This is a little doodad you can see here, where you can put this piece in and then, use it and go ahead and hammer it. And it has for 2 different radius sizes as you're doing like a curve, a turn. It's got that, and it fits right in the hardy hole in the anvil. So that's like genius, right? So I'd like to use that. That should only take a few minutes, which will give me ample opportunity at that time to use the famous, still unused, Melton mallet. So I got this from Derek Melton. He had his wooden one that he uses, that he's doing, it broke, and he just did a thing out of some tree, and then a few of us were able to score these, and yeah, I'm pretty excited. So we're gonna use this today. We're gonna hit something. So I'm gonna go ahead, fire up the forge. Maybe I'll come back here with a final video. I'll probably do a second. I'm looking at the time here. Yeah, we'll do a final kind of closing. I'll do some little just quick in between, fast motion stuff. But I'll do some little separate videos as I go along. So we're gonna do all this here on the gram, and let's get started. All right, so we're going to wrap up for now. This is Michael here in St. Michael's Forge. I'm not St. Michael. Remember, 22 a day. Veterans take their lives needlessly, so please support your local veterans. But this is where we're at. So I got out the Mr. Volcano Forge. We fired that up. We heated up those little discs that are made the guards for the dagger set. Punched the holes through those. It's kind of messy looking. I figure we'll clean it up on the grinder and then some hand filing, and then we'll fit those up. So we're good there. We also took that lawnmower blade that I said is going to be a practice cleaver. Actually, I'm going to do 2 cleavers out of it. We'll see what happens with them. But I figured it's some good practice. So cleaned that up, scraped it up with the wire brushes, got it all cleaned up, got it heated up, beat it out nice and flat. We're going to cut those with an angle grinder, so I'll have where that circle's at, handle going along top on each. And then we'll see how that works. So at least 1, maybe 2 out of there. Additionally, we took that steak flipper or meat flipper, got out the melting mallet, the wooden mallet, and we went ahead, successfully bent it over, then curled it using the Hardy tool. First time. It didn't look great on mine, I'll tell you that right now. It's cooling off, but it'll do for now. It's a good learning lesson. So we'll iterate and move on. I have big plans for that. Once I get through this stuff, I just want to get these other projects done and out of the way. What else did I do? Oh yeah, and then finally on the big fantasy dagger for my son, made some additional progress. Took the back piece, drilled out, then I hand punched through the brass with my cold punches, punched through there, then started just hand filing. That's just sweat and labor, and that's what I've been doing. Hot doing that, but got that all filed out. So we're ready to proceed forward with that. So a lot of work done. Tonight I'd like to get in and do some electro etching, but I got to get cleaned up because at least wash my face and stuff. I have some salmon to grill. So with that, this is Mike here at Mike's Workbench in St. Michael's Forge. Bidding you have a great day. Don't let the fact you don't know what you're doing stop you. Ask questions of the community. I'm happy to answer questions, although I'm just learning everything new myself, but happy to pass along the little I do know. And have a great day, great rest of your 4th of July weekend. Hoorah! Take care.